the people in New England or the Tom Brady haters or whatever, they're always giving us something. They're always giving us something. And sure enough, former Patriot Christian Fauria has said something that is bonkers. I'm just going to let you hear it, and then I'll interpret.
See, I think that this offense is better off without him. And it has nothing to do with Brady's skill set. It's not because he's not good or he can't throw it or he's lost some speed on his fastball. It's because where he was in his career, his age, what he wanted to achieve, and what the Patriots were trying to achieve were completely different. So it was never going to work out. This offense is not going to be able to move forward with Brady as the quarterback, not because he sucks. Those throwaways were important. It's because he wasn't willing to adapt. There's the difference. He wasn't willing to let N'Keal Harry grow.
All right. You didn't even let him get to the part I really wanted to lambaste him on. And here it is. Because he said, right now, he said this year, right now, the offense is better off with Tom Brady. They are better off without him this year, yes. That's where he went off the rails, Rob Parker. I get it. I don't think they were going to win another Super Bowl with Tom Brady. He's 43 years old, for goodness sake. I get that going forward, since we're not going to win a Super Bowl with him, then we can develop the young kid, Jarrett Stidham, and eventually, maybe Stidham will show us he can play, and eventually we'll get back to being a playoff team down the road. But no, that was not enough for Christian Fauria, friend of the show. He had to go ahead and say they are better right now. Right now, Rob Parker. Jarrett Stidham has thrown 4 NFL passes. One of them was an interception. But you're better off without Tom Brady now? We have absolutely, positively no idea whether or not Jarrett Stidham can play. None. But you're better off without him now? What? This is mad. You were 12-4 last year. You are 2 years removed from a Super Bowl championship. And you're about to play a guy who wasn't even that good in college. But you're better off without Tom Brady now. Did they go out and sign Cam Newton in the last hour? Did we miss something? And N'Keal Harry? N'Keal Harry? He played 7 games. Tom Brady didn't derail N'Keal Harry. N'Keal Harry derailed himself with his injuries. Enough of the madness. Enough of the killing Tom Brady. And I know Fauria has predicted he'll be the MVP and lead Tampa Bay to the Super Bowl, which just makes this even more ridiculous. What in the world could he be talking about, Rob Parker? This is lunacy.
He's spot on.
I expect
on.
this from you, but not from Christian Fauria.
He's spot on. He also was the one who came out. I was on their show up on WEEI just yesterday with the guys, and Christian is a former Patriots player. He's got his connection, and he talks to people. And he watched Tom Brady's last pass of his career with the Patriots, went to the Tennessee Titans, and it was a pick 6. He listened and watched. Just take a listen to Tom Brady's highlight from a year ago.
Worst throw in 10 years by Tom Brady.
That's right. Christian Fauria is up in Boston.
Wasn't that the year they won the Super Bowl? Wasn't
it's
that the
in
year
Boston.
They won the Super Bowl?
No, it wasn't.
I think it was.
It was not. It was last year.
2 years ago. You've been playing that ever since we started the show.
And he knows that a 43-year-old quarterback with a noodle arm is not the guy you're going to
Why is he picking him to win the Super Bowl next year?
I have no idea because they're not even going to make the playoffs.
This is just killing your whole argument.
No, it's not.
You just
because
ranting.
He's been
You're
right.
just going off the top of the dome.
He's in Boston. No, he's in Boston. He has a connection. He's talked to the people. They've seen Tom Brady in practice. They know what's going on. And you could blame, just like everybody, the whole narrative was Tom Brady does more with less than any other quarterback. And then last year, you can't expect him to do it. He don't have anybody. So which one is it?
It's both.
Tom
He
Brady.
was
No,
42
you had
years
your
old.
time. You had your time. Can you pipe down? Can you cut his mic? Enough with the Chris Broussard. So,
say something legitimate.
Now,
This is
I've been saying it
foolishness. You sound
legitimate.
worse
Are you
than
kidding
Fauria.
me? No, me and Christian are in lockstep on this. And Chris, the difference is he's a former player who's looking at an objective, and I'm just an objective reporter, and you're just a Brady fanboy. And you can't see anything past your love for Tom Brady. That's where we are, absolutely.
Where's that little bell come
Because
from?
it's
What
true.
does that mean?
Chris is a Tom Brady fanboy.
Around the horn or
and
something?
that's where we've come. And he can't look at this objectively. Christian Fauria told everybody before this.
Fauria's not making any
the
sense.
Patriots
He said,
aren't. The Patriots aren't going to offer him a contract. Everybody
that's
scoffed.
Totally different.
Chris,
That's
you
not an
pooh-poohed
opinion.
it. You scoffed.
That's not an opinion.
Yes, it is.
He knew something. Somebody told him that. This is an opinion.
No,
and it doesn't make sense when you say Brady's about to go to Tampa, where they were 7-9 last year, and lead them to the Super Bowl.
No, he's talking about where the Patriots are and having a 43-year-old noodle-arm quarterback on his way out, that the Patriots would stint him, that they obviously have a feel for him and feel like he could be their quarterback of the future. That's why they're giving him the opportunity, because if they didn't, there were plenty of quarterbacks available if they really didn't believe in him that they could have gone with. So
Are they
it wasn't
making
like
the
there was
playoffs
nobody.
next year, Rob Parker?
No, they're not.
Okay. How in the world then? Because remember, Rob,
Brady's not making the playoffs either. Brady's not making the playoffs either, Chris.
I started out
neither
my
one.
rant by saying, I get it for the future. He said this year they're better. And of course, I mean, you picked the Patriots to miss the playoffs for like the last 7 years.
No, I have not. That is not true. When
5,
that division,
4, something
no,
like that.
I picked them to make the playoffs. Come on, Chris. Not now. You're being silly. In that division, in the AFC least, I've always picked them to make the playoffs.
But okay, so they're not going to make it this year, but they're better without the GOAT.
He's not the GOAT. Joe Montana's been retired for 15 years.
Even if he's second in your strange rankings, they're better off without the second best quarterback of all time.
Yes. They
Stop
are
it.
better at this point because Tom Brady's not that guy. And people will find out in Tampa, and then Chris will be on the radio week after week. What do you expect? He's 43. That's a built-in excuse that we'll have that button for Chris, because that's what he'll say when Tom Brady looks awful and he can't deliver the ball downfield and he gets sacked and beat up and harassed. And then they'll say, they don't protect for Tom. That's why. No wonder Jameis Winston had 30 interceptions. He had to force the ball out of the pocket because he didn't have time to throw. Watch and see. That'll be the debate. That'll be the talking points. That'll be the narrative. Christian Fauria, who is entrenched in Beantown, who has sources, who knows what the talk is amongst the players in that dressing room, is on the money here.
It wasn't a talk
the Patriots
among
will be better.
Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman was all but begging him to stay. You think Julian Edelman feels this way? Heck, you think N'Keal Harry feels this way? No. And look, I've said it before, and this is not trying to cover my bases or anything.
Yes, it is. Here we
No,
go.
it's just a
Rob
fact.
G, listen to this.
It's just a fact, Rob Parker. You don't want to deal with it, but it's a fact. At some point, Tom Brady's going to fall off. We know it's
last year.
inevitable.
Did you watch him last year?
No, they won 12 games.
Chris, against the good teams,
what
he
did
struggled.
Gottlieb say yesterday on the hot seat? He said a quarterback's stats are his record. He was 12-4.
He lost. Did he lose in the playoffs? Did he throw a pick
When Aaron Rodgers lost in the playoffs,
no, we're not talking about Aaron Rodgers. That's not your excuse.
You start bringing up division
We're talking
titles.
about Tom Brady. What happened to him last year?
Falls short
what happened?
time and year again. You
That's
start
right.
bringing up division
and you bring
titles.
it up, and you bring it
When
up. You bring it up,
Carson
Doug,
Wentz
who
can't
lost
win a
on the
playoff
hot
game,
seat. You brought up
start
Doug, who
bringing
lost on the hot seat. That's your
and 9-7 record.
That's your ammunition.
Regular season
You're bringing up
games.
a guy who lost. You're quoting Marv Levy too, who lost 4 Super Bowls.
Regular season games.
Chris is
so
like the spokesperson for Losers Anonymous.
The most inconsistent brother of all time. Be consistent. Short menu. Stick with it. And anybody can win one. Stick with it. Those are your mantras. Short menu and anybody can win one.
Who are you telling? I know what I'm saying.
But
the
you
problem
always
is
desert
you're
your
all
mantras.
over the place and you don't know what you're saying. You're all over.
I know what I'm saying.
I'm consistent.
I'm saying they would
I don't
be better
waver.
off
I don't
with
pick
Tom
the
Brady
favorites
as the
in every
quarterback.
event and think that I'm smart because I pick the favorites in every
I
event.
pick the winners.
That's what you do.
That's
no, you
who I
pick the
pick.
favorites.
That's
you
who
cop
I
out
pick.
every single time
I pick
and
the
pick the
winners.
most obvious. Anybody can do that, Chris Broussard.
Who's most
I'm the
obvious
one
in
who
the
picked
NBA?
the Toronto Raptors.
You're the one that
I'm the
picked the
one who
LA
picked the
Chargers.
Washington Nationals. I'm
this
the one.
madness.
No, I'm that guy.
Rob
You're
Parker.
just the
Who's
status
the favorite?
quo.
Who's
You
the
don't
favorite
go
in
out on a
basketball?
limb, Chris.
Who's
You
the
don't do
favorite in
anything
basketball?
special. You just do the protocol. Let me just play it safe. Let me pick Golden State every year. You have no idea
Did
what
I
you're
pick 'em
talking
last
about.
year?
How dare you? I am the poo-poo king.
Rob
I
Parker.
picked
Darn
Washington.
right about
I
that.
picked
You're
Toronto.
full of
I'm the
poo-poo,
one.
That's what you are. You're full of poo-poo.
My chest is stuck out. I'm so good when it comes to picking these games.
I'm a little
because
Didn't
I
you pick
stand
the
on the
Chargers?
line.
Who picked the winner? Who picked the Super Bowl champion? Me.
And
Silence.
you know, every
Turn
time I
that
put
garbage
wings
off.
on it,
Hit me
I
with my beat.
win.
Because I picked the Kansas City
And-
Chiefs
and
to
give me
win
those-
the Super Bowl, and that gummit, they did.
All
Give me
I
my
know
beat, Alex.
is that
Give me
you
my-
don't have
that's
no.
Right. The champ is here.
The sneakers
The
I
last-
have on came out of your wallet. That's how good you are. Those $200 Jordans came out of your wallet. What Jordans are you
Turn that
wearing?
garbage
You ain't got
off.
no Jordans
The
from
last-
me, and
the-
you'll never have any.
the
Because you ain't
last
good enough to beat
champion-
me in a bet.
The last champion we had to pick was the NFL champion. And who got it right? I'll let you have the regular season. I'll let you stick out that bird chest of yours. I'll let you feel good about yourself because I felt sorry for you, how I had punished you the year before. And
You're
it got
talking
to
about
your head.
old news.
It went to
Can
your
you talk
head.
about what's going
So
on
I had
now?
to silence you.
I
had
rubbed
to
the
shut
floor
you
with you.
down with Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs.
I am the one who
You
ran
are the
away with
one
the
that's full
NFL
of
picks.
poo-poo.
You
You're
stick to
full
the
of
NBA. And even with the NBA, you always get it wrong. Picking the Lakers, they got the best team.
No, I picked the
You
Clippers.
pick Golden State.
I picked
I'm
the
one.
Clippers.
I'm talking about last year.
Let's
I
get
was
to the
the
callers.
one.
Let's get to the callers. 877-99 on Fox. 87. Turn that whatever that is.
Yeah, that's
off.
my song, baby.
877-99 on Fox. Will the Patriots be better this year? Not 2, 3, 4 years from now. This year without Tom Brady.
Let's say, Robert in Georgia, you're first up. You're on the Odd Couple for Fox Sports Radio. What you got?
Hey, man. Chris, I didn't know you had that love for Tom Brady like that, man.
Oh, yeah, he's
It
a
ain't
fanboy.
love.
He's a fanboy.
I'm not even a big Tom Brady fan. I just keep it real. I don't hate. That's all. The dude's 6 Super Bowls. That's all I'm saying.
I know. I got you on the Super Bowls, but Tom, I think the Patriots did the right thing because if Tom, like you said, Chris, earlier, you didn't think they would win the Super Bowl. So why hang on to him?
But the question is next year. I get it down the line. Next year they're going to be better with Stidham than they would have been with Brady?
Yes.
How many games? How many games?
There you go, Chris. You ain't got to. He don't have to justify his answer to you. Thanks, Robert.
4? How many games they gonna win? Stop it.
Thanks, Robert. Carlito in Florida. You're on the Odd Couple.
Detroit.
Fox Sports Radio.
Man. Y'all are great. Listen,
Thank you, buddy.
I think that the Patriots should be better in the future because half of those games were tainted, especially with the Raiders at first. But RP, just keep pounding him, man, because he picked Dallas all last season, and then he must have flipped the coin and got the coin right, and picked the Chiefs because.
You know it.
Look,
you know what I was saying.
I picked Kansas City over Dallas in the beginning.
No, you picked Dallas to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I picked Kansas City to beat them. No, you got to be right. Don't call up lying.
Go ahead. Let him talk, Chris.
Just be right, though.
You jump off the bandwagon and break your legs and then jump on the Chiefs
Rob
bandwagon.
picked the charge. I picked the Chiefs in the beginning. Chiefs over
Carlito,
Cowboys.
you called him out. He picks the most obvious picks anyway. All right.
Who is that? Carlito Parker or something?
No, Max in Georgia.
How many dudes did you text?
Here's Max in Georgia, my man. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
I can tell you what Max is going to. Just play one of Rob's rants.
No, he's not. He's his own man, Max. What you got?
Junior going to do his own thing, Chris.
That's right.
Yeah, all right, do it. Let's hear it.
This is like the quote from Batman. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Tom Brady could have either retired the hero, but now he's lived long enough to see himself become the new villain. Let me say this. Tom Brady was a strong player in New England. There's no doubt about it. He fit the system great. Having said that, I think he became a liability. When you look at the last few years, I mean, besides that
last few years, they won the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Yeah, and they won, Chris, without him throwing a touchdown. It was 13-10.
Would you rather win the Super Bowl with no touchdowns or go out in the NFC title game?
I told you
with
about
3?
Brady, Max.
Stop
You're 100% right.
Stop
it showed you about Brady, how awful he is. Marty in Kentucky. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Marty, please.
What you
talk
got,
some
Marty?
sense into these guys.
What's up, this theme song Thursday, fellas?
What's up? We're
man?
Playing some good ones, too, Marty.
Yes, you did. I just can't believe that Rob called Chris a Tom Brady fanboy.
That's what he is.
Let him finish, Rob.
You must be feeling awful confident after you was on Colin Cowherd today, being as you two are the only guys like in the world that think that Carson Wentz is a top 5 quarterback.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you.
Yeah,
Rack him. Rack him.
But Cowherd also calls Brady the GOAT, which he is. Now, I am in the middle of this argument because I do think Brady's great, and I think he can accomplish something at Tampa Bay, but I do think that New England will compete for that division title because I just don't see anybody stepping up and being so far ahead of them with their defense that they won't be there competing at the end of a 16-game season.
There you go, Marty. Thank you very much for the call.
Good
Tell
call,
River
Marty.
we said what's happening. Nick in South Carolina, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Nick?
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Man, Rob, I think you're going to need a new brand muffin, man. This inconsistency is too much.
Thank you. Thank you,
brand
my
muffin
man.
is working, Nick.
Rack him. He know you can fool those chumps in Detroit, Rob, but this is a real caller.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Look, man, I'm not a huge Tom Brady fan, but there's no way I can say the Pats would be better out without him next year. These guys need to answer the question. We're talking about next year.
Yes.
And Belichick's ego is what got in the way. Out of all the major sports, NFL is the only one with the most interesting regular season. If you've got a record of 12-4, that means something. So we got to let that carry some weight. So that's
I told you, Nick, last year
call,
they were the worst 8-0 team. Go look at who they beat.
He also told you the Chargers were going
Nick,
to the Super Bowl.
and then when they had to play the good teams, they were bad. Tom Brady was bad. You watch and see, Nick. We're going to record this call. I'm going to mark this down. And you better call back when the Patriots have a better record than Tom Brady and the Bucs.